Hi there. So, I want to talk to you today about nurturing your network. This is something I regularly create content about, and I focus on the value of the nurtured network on LinkedIn. I've been coaching and training people to nurture their networks using LinkedIn since I joined the platform more than 20 years ago. I help people nurture their LinkedIn networks as part of my job search coaching program, as part of executive long-term career planning coaching, and as part of career and business coaching for people with ADHD. And I've realized recently that a lot of people lose sight of this concept, that LinkedIn's superpower is the capacity for nurturing a network that can support you, your career, your business, and causes you care about. Now, this is less of a nurture your network on LinkedIn story, but it's a huge player in the story. It's more of a Slack story and a in real life story, but it is definitely a nurtured network story. Now, I have to tell you, I don't remember how I found out about StartupNash. You see, I moved to Nashville with the intention that I would bring my 25 years as a Silicon Valley tech veteran to this amazing city I love so much with its growing and thriving tech startup ecosystem. One of the things that I love the most about the Nashville tech startup ecosystem is that you see lots and lots of people who aren't represented well, if at all, in Silicon Valley. People over 50, women, minorities. Can we do better? Heck yeah. But we're already way, way, way ahead of where I come from. So, anyway, at some point during the caregiving journey in my first 3 years here, I joined a Slack community called StartupNash. And in the process, I got to know the founder, Kelly Griggs. I got to know, as in, after my husband died last year, she was one of the first people I reached out to. We had coffee at Starbucks with her oldest child. We mapped out people I should meet and ideas for ways I could support the community and support myself in the process. And we continue to meet regularly and support each other through our entrepreneurial journeys. Together, we hold biweekly office hours for StartupNash members, helping them find the people and the support that they need to get the things done that their startups need done. And this year, StartupNash has done more in-person events in a very Nashville family-friendly way, which makes my heart so happy. I ran day camps and after-school programs for the YMCA in my home state of Maryland in my 20s, and people having careers that make space for their whole lives, including their families, is a mission for me. Now, at that first event, I found myself at a table talking with a CTO and a founding team, a musician turned technical founder, and a musician turned founder for a not-so-technical company that just had an amazing launch. My tech startup brain and my musician heart, although you could say my tech startup heart and my musician brain, were so happy. And after all those conversations, I finally figured out the way I could most help my new hometown's tech ecosystem. You'll have to check back to find out, but I'm going to be talking a lot more about this in the coming weeks. But it all started with a 6-year-old in an after-school program in 1991, when my use of tech was limited to a handful of programming classes in high school, because that's what they did with the geek kids when we needed to learn how to type. They taught us programming. And then I did some programming in college too. But when I met that kid in 1991, I'd only just begun my track record of scaling operations and turning around broken programs, departments, and companies, something I went on to do in Silicon Valley for years. Oh, now, There's more to this story, though. Kelly did a post about a new launch for StartupNash a few months ago, and she acknowledged people on Team Kelly, including me. The post got more than 100 emojis and more than 15 comments. About 25% were people I already knew. The other 75%, now they know me. Now you might say, well, Wendy, that's not viral. Influencers get thousands of emojis and hundreds of comments. And my response, I'm not going for viral. I'm not going for influencer. I'm going for impact. I'm going for purpose. I'm going for how Wendy pays her bills and achieves her financial goals. I'm going for finding the people I serve and serving them, which is how I pay my bills and how I serve my purpose and how I create impact. I acted in alignment with my values and purpose. I made an impact through my network. And because of that post that Kelly wrote on LinkedIn, 70 people who had never heard of me definitely know my name. The next time I went to a StartupNash event right after that post, someone sat down next to me and said, "You're the ADHD founder coach," because of Kelly's post. And then he said, "I need your help." Now, that's not counting all the people who read the post and didn't emoji it. That's just the 70 people who emojied the post. And when they or their loved ones need a coach, guess who they're going to call? They're going to call me. Now, since then, people who I've met through StartupNash are regular guests at my Tech Meets Music Silicon Country dinner salons. They're part of my real life. And guess who I'll be hanging out with on Thursday evening? You guessed it, my BFFs at StartupNash.